Hey everybody. All right. What are we seeing in the market today? So far, here, I should keep up a fourth screen. So far, I haven't traded any SPX yet. And the reason why is there's just been nothing to trade so far. I haven't seen a clear move. So right now, what we can look for, if we want to see a quick check on premiums, we can see SPY puts are climbing. I actually have no idea what happened with JOLTS data, but let's assume it was positive given the reaction we're seeing so far in SPX. So remember, we're testing this 38 level now. VIX is dying. We have tick. We have tick. Let me set this screen up a little better. We have tick picking up, but right at this 38 level, that's your big failure spot, right? And so we have SPY puts still climbing. No good trade yet right now. Do you see the screen, Jordan? Okay. So right now, this is a good spot to consider shorting. It's not something I'm going to jump into quite yet. Sorry, I'm setting some alerts on my other screen. I want to make this screen bigger on SPX since that's the main focus point. Um, okay, so here's a good spot to try and short. I'm not shorting it yet. It's something worth considering here. Look at premiums. We can see calls picking up. So this actually pump up. We can consider potentially going long here. But what we want to do. Oh, wow! UNH is getting rocked right now. Okay, so this is a good spot to consider long. Again, we don't have much room. Like these are the tests we wanted during cash, right? We wanted 38 tested, we wanted 48 tested, or 44 tested. So far, this is pretty good. VIX is dying. That's a pretty good test right there. Okay, we have calls flying a little bit. So it's getting quite bullish so far. I do favor a long right now, but I'm going to wait to see how this reaction goes. I'm definitely a little slower today, not quick to jump the gun, but that's okay. I just want to be as patient as possible. I'm really glad I cut Disney. It's falling a little bit, but Eli Lilly is my biggest trade today so far. GME is a big one too, and then Tesla is big as well. Eli Lilly is pumping right now. If you guys see. While we wait for SPX to make its move, let's do a quick little view of Eli Lilly. So yesterday, there's this nice consolidation happening here, and then we saw biotech break out. Look at this big breakout from biotech, right? Like this is pretty significant. So Eli Lilly with I like this. I like these weeklies because you get such a pump on them. You have pretty high strike price, like it's an expensive stock, and then you have low IV. If it gets an outsized move, it's insane returns. That's like you get insane returns. Wow, Rivian is pumping incredibly. So that was a really good ad yesterday. You guys have heard me all week, last week, talking about Rivian nonstop. So that's pretty solid move there. I'm definitely very happy with that. UNH, unfortunately, is completely shitting the bed. It's testing this 304 level, so it's actually not a bad place to consider adding here, assuming that it can bounce. Okay, I'm just waiting to see if we can get a trade on SPX. We're not going to force it. We're going to wait for, the best trade we can get. So let's see what we can get. I'm going to check our chat general. Oh yeah, somebody just posted about UNH getting smoked. Let me calm their nerves a little bit. Actually, out of spite for that comment, I say spite kind of jokingly. I'm going to add. I tripled down, so I added more. Tesla's doing really good. Look at Eli Lilly. Eli Lilly is doing really good as well. So I'm very happy with those trades so far. Let's look at Eli Lilly. If you took that trade with me from that entry, you're up 40%. No, sorry, 9% on that contract. Okay, let's focus on SPX. So SPX, we have a nice bid up in call premiums here on Tide. SPY is a little lackluster, I will say. So a little hesitant to ape in, but we're testing this 38 level quite constructively, and we're reclaiming it here. I'm a little hesitant to just jump in, but if we look at VIX, we really like this VIX move down. But again, it's still, in my opinion, it's still a little early to jump in here. Okay, and then UNHC, yeah, it's a little early to jump in. We're going to take it slow, guys. We don't need to jump into anything too quickly. You can see UNH is bouncing right off that level to the penny. Let's see where premiums are, if it gives us any confidence in going long. I don't see it yet. Definitely am favoring long right now, given the earlier, this price action so far. And then one thing I need to make sure I do is not everybody can join the stream, so I need to make sure I add commentary. I'm actually going to add some more weeklies of UNH just because. I added the 310 C4. What happened? I just got an alert on GME. Sorry, give me a sec. So GME's failing, unfortunately. I thought it was setting up. It was looking really good. I'm going to leave those positions open for now. So let's see if it comes back. I'll keep an eye on it. For SPX, we're still, right, we didn't want to chase this. It didn't make sense. All premiums on SPY, see, they weren't picking up. That was the risk, and so that's why we decided to wait and be patient. And that's why I'm just kind of like focusing on other stuff right now, because I don't see anything in SPX worth taking quite yet. If we retest and reclaim this 38 level, let's see where we're at on VIX, tick. Okay, so I don't hate it. But it's still not something I'm super eager on. You can see where Tesla's failing here at 334. Okay, SPX, this price action is looking a little better, and market tide looks really constructive. So I'm going to take this long, but just know it's like, in terms of risk, it's definitely up there on risk. So I'll tell you exactly when I enter. I'm just setting things up, getting ready to take this long. I don't like where SPY premiums are at, but I like this price action around 38. It might take a little bit more time, so I'm going to be very slow to add anything here, which is okay, right? Like we don't need to jump in quickly. We want to make sure it's a really good trade. And key risk here too is SPY premiums are not picking up at all, and so this could fail. So I like how VIX is moving here. I like tick improving. So let me let's see what we can add here, but still going to try and be slow and patient. Slow and patient. But I really like VIX. So VIX can break down below 1703. I like this tick move. Okay, so it's a good thing we're waiting, right? Now you see put premiums ticking up on both. So this actually might be a good short now, right? That's a pretty good failure there. The question is, how far down can we go? Yeah, this is a good short. VIX ticking up. Oh man, I missed that. Fuck. I missed the order. Okay, let's see if it gives me another spot to enter here. Okay, I missed that. I botched that. I was way too slow. I wanted to take this short. There's no way I'm taking it short now. Um, I want to see this reaction at 27. Man, that sucks. I was trying to get my order filled on the 25 puts at around $7, but I'm not chasing this now. So you can see where premiums are at. We almost had that trade. It would just moved a little too fast for us. So now we have to wait, unfortunately. Like 27 is a big level. Now I want to see if we can get a bounce from here. We see tick moving down a bit. So now there's nothing to do because we missed that. Just have to wait a little bit to see if we can get it back, get another entry. Now since we are at a really good spot for bulls, we want to look for a long here to see if we can get a bounce off this 27 level. Ideally, we can push down all the way to 27, which we're getting here, and then see premiums adjust a little bit. But given where VIX is at and tick, this is not exuding confidence for me in this trade. So still need to wait. Just trying to wait for the best setup. Just be patient. Right now we have to see where we get with VIX, where we get with tick, and where we get with this 27 level. I do want to see, so now you see premiums are still climbing up on SPY, right? Um, and you heard earlier, I was like tempted to long here. I was being deliberately quite slow because I didn't trust a lot of the price action, especially given where premiums were at. So, in hindsight, that turned out to be smart, but I was moving very, very slow with that short and unfortunately wasn't able to catch it. If you guys have any charts you want me to look at, let me know. Okay, so we got a bounce. It wasn't quite off the level I had marked. So just going to keep watching. It's a good bounce, though, so far. Eli Lilly should turn into a pretty massive trade. It's setting up really well. We want to see it get over this. Here's the level I have next. So we want to see it get over there to really get moving. Also, SMR is getting quite a big pump. It was on my watch list this morning. I hadn't realized how much it had gapped up. The reason why is look at this volume here, right? So this volume really caught my attention, bullish engulfing, whatever you want to call it. So this volume really caught my attention. It had reclaimed most of the EMAs, but now, it ran away from me. I'm not chasing that. The reason I like GME is look at this volume here. And then you think about open door, or yeah, you think about open, you think about memes are back. Are we at the top end of the market where shitco's are going to pump? So GME is a really good bet on that. Especially given yesterday's volume. The big thing missing here for GME though is that we're not seeing any auction flow that confirms this. At least not yet. Okay, so see this bounce right off the 10 the 8 EMA. This is what we like to see. Now I want to see if call premiums are confirming it. We see puts coming down, so that's confirming it a little bit. We see it on tight. So this actually, now we have this long setting up. But right now we're just in this chop range, right? But we really like this bounce off the 8 EMA. I had wished it dropped a little bit lower so I could be confident in that bounce, but you know what? It is what it is. So we want to see VIX drop below 1703. Let's see. Okay, puts are falling off a cliff. I think it's worth taking this long. I'm going to wait a little bit, right? We're at this key 38 level, which is a tricky one to say the least. So I'm going to wait. Don't need to rush into it quite yet. Let's see how my boy Tesla's doing. Tesla's doing fine. And then those UNH ads. UNH, as long as it holds this EMA 304, it's really good. Okay, puts are now curling up a little bit. Again, guys, I don't need to rush into a trade, neither do you. We're just going to watch this and deliberately add when we're ready to. Okay, I like this. I like this. I like this. I still don't see it in premiums. I still don't see it in premiums. Okay, I see that tick move up a little bit. Okay, I see it in calls now. I'm going to add. I'll tell you when I add. I'm very close. Okay, I am adding. Oh, God damn it. I just missed it. Okay, I'm still going to add. I'm chasing this. It's fine. 510. Okay, I'm in the 50 calls for 510. Okay, puts are climbing up a little bit, so let's see if this holds. So we added right around here. Okay, look at puts though. So this might be a little bit of a fake out. We see the puts climbing here. I don't think it is, so I'm going to hold this, right? We can set a stop. I think given the price action we're seeing so far, it does look constructive to the upside. VIX is still holding this 17 level, so we don't need to marry this trade, right? We can. So let's see what we get. We're going to keep this tight. So far, our trade's doing okay. Pretty much at break even here. It's starting to pump now. If we look at it, we're seeing calls pick up a little bit, which is good. So far, the trade's looking quite nice. Still in a tough spot. So under 44. 44 is a big spot, so we're probably going to face some resistance there. Rivian is out of control. Incredible move. Incredible move. We nailed that in stocks. I unfortunately didn't add options on this, but pretty solid. So now we're going to watch this. We added right here. I'll try and mark these. We want to see VIX below 1703. So if Rivian's pumping, you have to imagine Tesla's going to pump. You have to imagine Lucid's going to pump. You're going to have to imagine the sector will pump a little bit. I think what's interesting, if you combine what's going on with bio, with EVs, I'm sure I need to look elsewhere, but like, what does that say about rates, right? So SPX is moving a little slow. That's okay. We have VIX coming right down at the 1703 level. Let's see if it can bust through now. I want to see some strength. Look at Tesla. Wow, incredible hammer building. Need to see where it closes. I mean, we're right at these EMAs here, so I'll have to watch that. For our SPX trade, I really like it, or I like it. It's a decent trade. We want to see 44 break through. We want to see tick get a little bit more aggressive, so we want to see that pump up. Okay, here we go on SPX, guys. We're now profitable on our trade. Look at Tesla pumping. I hope you added with me today. Look at VIX. So far everything looks good. For the sake of the chat, let me make sure I include them on here too. Okay, so 44 is a big level. And so we just need to make sure that we can push through there. But if we look at everything, okay, what's interesting is call premiums are not believing the move yet. So, okay, here we go. Here we go on SPX. Okay, unfortunately, the calls are really not building enough premium. So if Tesla keeps moving like this, will be a pretty good day for me. I added quite a bit at the open, which I posted. Okay, look at VIX dying. As long as VIX continues to bleed, we can call premiums. Look at puts now. This should be a pretty good pump here. I'm not going to say it's a big, beautiful bounce like yesterday. That was a really good call. It worked really well. Tesla at the daily, it's hovering right at the EMAs. I'm tempted to trim just a little bit of my position because it's quite decent size. I'm going to trim at 38. I don't want to sell this too early. Okay, so SPX really slow here. VIX is still in a good level for us. This is just very slow trade. It's failing this 44 level. And VIX just reclaimed 1703. So it might be a really slow trade. We bought close to closer in the money, obviously not in the money, but closer to a strike that is a strike that's close in the money. So let's see where this goes. For now, I'm just going to watch Tesla rip some face. Let's see where GME's at. A little boring stream, guys, because there's not a lot of price movement, but so far we're doing okay on our trade. Pretty much around break even. I'm going to trim a quarter of Tesla here. And what's my fill at 635? Okay, I just saw SPX. SPX just did a pretty big failure of 44. And calls are now dying as well. So let's be careful here. We don't need to get stuck in this trade. VIX is holding up quite well too. That's a pretty big failure. I'm going to give it a little bit more time. I'm definitely not shy to cut this, but there's no sense in cutting it yet. It's still a decent trade, but under 38, this is super risky now. So this is just a big congestion zone. If we can reclaim 38, that's good. But this seller right here, that's pretty notable. Puts are falling again. This is just a really tough price action here. I hope you didn't get stopped out. Jay, you're a beast. I don't know if you're on the stream, but you're a beast. Okay, so just very, very messy price action here. I think premiums look good. Okay. So let's see if we can get through 44 now. Our trade is now back into, let's see, it's back into profit. So we need to see how this 44 level breaks, if we can push through or not. This might just chop around, right? So we just have to be careful of that with theta. Okay, look at VIX now. Let's see if we can get confirmation and premiums. Hey, we're getting confirmations too. I'm actually going to do an ad of a further out of the money contract. I'm going to do a smaller size ad of the 60 Cs. I just added them for $2. These are riskier. Okay, so let's see if we can get this. Price action looks good. Option premiums look better. Like, they're not perfect, right? But they look better. Wow, look at Galaxy Go. Such a hard one to trade. This was a good spot. You see where it bounced at this supply zone here. That turned into demand. That was a good spot to add. Obviously, in hindsight. Robinhood's looking good too. Yesterday, I got some pretty good volume, and you see where the chart is at. It held this 97.73 level quite well. It got a lot of volume on this hammer, and now we're seeing a pickup. We're seeing crypto bid a little bit. We're seeing Galaxy bid. If you want to talk about Bitcoin and how to get bullish on Bitcoin, when you start seeing Galaxy, when you start seeing MicroStrategy, when you start seeing Coinbase and Hood catch a bid alongside crypto, that's usually a pretty good sign. The next thing you want for confirmation naturally is going to be some bull flow. I'm going to turn this to the 5-minute just to see if that tells me anything. We really need to punch through this 44 zone. SMR is going out of control. Wow. Let's see if we can get a push here, guys. You're in profit now. Up to you on if you want to take profit. This 44 level is going to be really tough, so we could just chop here. If I look at premiums, okay, this is going to set up in a massive way. This is very bullish. I'm going to add a little bit more to those 60s because I think that will set up pretty massively. I'm not going to post it because I'm getting in around the same price. Oh, shit. I did that where I accidentally sold it. Fuck. Whatever. I'm just going to add them back. Okay. Whatever. All right, look at Tesla. Wow, what a move. All right, let's see if SPX can pick up this bid. If you look at it, suggests we're going to move up in a pretty massive way. Let's see if we get it. I would say be a little quicker on taking profits here. Right? If you get a pump, take the pump. At least trim on the pump. But this is setting up in a pretty massive way to the upside. Okay, you see now call volumes are picking up. This should be a good trade, guys. Let's see if we can push through. A little tough, but I think we can do it. Let's see. Given premiums, this should be pretty massive. We should get a pretty big move up. What's going? GME fail again? Man, GME is getting crushed. Put another. I'm gonna stop out probably at 23. Where's Eli Lilly? Eli Lilly's doing good. Tesla's going insane. All right, so SPX is really struggling at this level here, at this 44 level. So in terms of risk, that's something you got to keep in mind, right? I like VIX, though. If you look at VIX, VIX is dying. But now you see calls are dropping a little bit. So this is now getting a little riskier. You see puts climbing up. This 4 level is very tough, guys, and you see how it failed pretty quickly. But look at VIX. So if you just ignore everything else and you just focus on VIX, this pump should continue once we can push through these sellers. If VIX is giving me a lot of confidence in this move up. Okay. So let's see if we can get it. Tesla's going insane. Okay, VIX keeps nuking, guys. Keep your eye on that, right? Okay, premiums are looking better. We should get a pump now. This should easily clear 44 any second now. Once it clears, I'm going to trim half at least. Premiums look very good. Let's see if this can push right now. Tesla's just going absolutely insane mode right now. Those, if you added with me, those are up 130%. Okay, here's that move on SPX. Let's see 48, and then I'm gonna take profit. Let's see 48. I'm gonna trim at least 75%. Okay, I'm taking a little early. I'm exiting at 620. Okay, that was a pretty good trade, guys. I still have a decent amount on. And remember, I have those higher strikes too. So it allows me to stay in this trade longer. Premiums, look at premiums. They're super bullish, super bullish. Give me a little more, and then I'm going to take full profit on the 50s, and then I'll let the 60s ride. VIX is right at this support level, and SPX is right at this resistance level, right? So in terms of when to take profit, that's what you got to watch out for. Look at tick moving up, right? Looks good. Okay, I'm taking full profit on those at 680. In danger. Okay, sorry, I'm getting an alert on my phone. Oh wow, look at that move. Okay, I'm scaling out some of the 60s out at 330. Okay, I'm gonna let most of those ride. Tesla, I'm gonna scale out of one more at 850. And I got that fill at 860. Let's see where premiums are. Okay, I'm gonna scale fully out of my my SPX calls here. I'm gonna take whatever. I'm gonna take the rest out at 295. I took a quick glance at premiums. I don't like it. I didn't like this little premium move. Maybe I regret it later, but it's okay. We can re-enter another trade later. Okay, that was a good stream trade. Very happy with that. If you're listening, you caught that trade, add it to the YouTube chat just so I know who's paying attention here. Okay, nobody's adding a comment in the chat here. Ah, Jordan. All right, good. Okay, so you see why I took profits? It was like, let's not be greedy. Let's get our trade in. My son is now coming. Hi, Cass. What do you want? Do you want to trade with me? Yeah. Yeah? Okay, come sit. Come sit here. Okay, can you say, hello, everybody? Hello, everybody. Can you say, let's make some money? Yeah, good job. Okay. What trade should we make next? Oh, don't do that. Okay, pretty good trades we got. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay, let's see what's going on. Do you see SPX price action? Right at this 50 level is pretty interesting. That is, oh, and look at premiums. Okay, Kaz, I got to put you down. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Okay, this is going to shoot up quite a bit. I would say wait for 51 reaction. Look at VIX. No, sorry, Kaz. Mama. Okay. And, Kaz, you got to go to Mama. Okay. Okay, so this 51 level, look at that price move. Look at premiums. Okay, these premiums suggest a pretty big upside move. Let me post this in Trader Chat too. But we're going to wait for our key levels. Oh my, yeah, wow, okay. Jordan's going to yell at me for paper handing again. Premiums look very bullish. If you're short right now, good luck. So there's 51 level now. We're watching this. But if we look at premiums, okay, look, this should continue to go higher. I'm not chasing it. We had a good trade. You do not need to catch every single move. And that's just me trying to convince myself. Look at Rivian, guys. I mean, I wish we traded options because what an insane move. We're up 10%. Insane. GME down 2%. Okay, look at this move on SPX. Okay, premiums are still climbing. This is going to move higher still. Premiums are going insane. Tick is moving up. What I would love is another fake out bounce down to test the 8 EMA. So let's see if we can get that. But look at VIX. Oh, that's on the 5 minutes. So let's see where that. All right, so we still have. We need to digest this a little bit. I know premiums look bullish. They look very bullish, but we need to digest this move. The chances that we just shoot up without letting the 8 EMA catch up is pretty low. But remember, how did we catch this? How did I know this pump was coming? Remember, like if you want to, you should, your goal should be to like do this without me, right? And if that's your goal, then focus on what gave me the clue on this. It was VIX. VIX was the clue. So now remember I said like this should go up higher, but it was just too much too soon. We need the 8 EMA to catch up. But wow, look at this tick. Look at this tick movement. And VIX keeps dying. So I'm not going to chase long right here, but I don't like shorts here either. VIX is dying. Tick is just too strong. Premiums are very strong, right? So this is not somewhere where I'm eager to short at all. Honestly, I hope for a dip so I can buy it. I want a buyable dip, at least to 48, hopefully to 44 would be really nice. Premiums are cooling down a little bit, so maybe I do get that dip. Okay, here's your dip, right? Your failure of 51. This is nice. This is what we wanted. That's why we exited our calls. That's why we didn't chase. We like VIX's death. So Oklo is interesting. You see SMR. I also saw some pretty good bull flow on VST yesterday. Oklo is interesting. I don't see it in the chart yet. Definitely interesting. Rivian's just a phenomenal trade. I'm sorry, but I've been harping on it for a week, and now we're seeing why. I gotta gloat on X a little bit. So if you guys follow me a while, you know there's some trades I'm like I feel bullish on, and I like will hype it up a little bit, and then there's some that I'm just persistent, and I'm like, you can probably tell in my conviction. Like Hone, I posted some like I don't know some silly post on X. You're not ready yet, but you notice I didn't keep talking about it every single day like I did with Rivian or like I was talking about with gold. Let's go. Nice, Ozzy. Only 11 people, 12 people on stream right now. It's okay. Thought it'd be a little more. All right, so let's see where we're at on premiums. Okay, premiums are looking better. We're getting that little dip I wanted. If we can reclaim 51, it's not a bad spot, especially given VIX, to add back to our 60 calls. We sold them at 3.30 and $3, but I don't mind adding them back here. I'm gonna wait to see if we can get a little bit more confirmation. I want this to digest, so I'm not gonna rush into it, right? But so far, pretty good. So far, so good. Okay, I'm gonna probably long this pretty soon. just based on VIX, based on tick. I'm not going to ruin my trade. So look, when you add and add and add, the trick is you have to make sure you're not trading more than your profits, right? So let's give it some time, but look at VIX, guys. This is going to shoot up. Let's look at premiums. Premiums a little bit mixed, not perfect, but what's interesting is I'm eyeing the 70s. Okay, here we go. I added a lotto. I'm watching this. I really want to add a real trade based on VIX. I'm not going to here yet, but I'm definitely eager. Look at Tesla. Tesla's going absolutely bonkers. It's at a key level now. So I already trimmed half. I think I'm going to let the rest ride. You know, I've already more than cleared my entry capital with profit. Okay, here comes SPX again. Okay, I added the 60s back for 390. Look at the premiums here, right? So premiums look quite good. This can be a pretty significant trade if we get. It's strange that we pumped mainly 2 days in a row like that yesterday's bid, but I'm not going to fight it. Premiums and VIX don't lie right now. They are my guide. Pretty poor entry. If this fails, obviously it's going to suck. But look, based on everything else I'm seeing, this should continue up. We're just getting some digestion at this key level. Let's see where the 8 EMA is at. This does look a bit toppy, I will say, this price action. So let's see. Maybe I got trapped in here. Let's see. So let's see what I want for Tesla. Tesla looks really good. I'm not going to trim anymore. Okay, maybe I got trapped on these calls. I don't think I did. Maybe I could have been a little bit more patient there. But everything is showing me that this is going to go up, so I think this is really just a little bit of a digestion before we move up. I'm pretty confident in this moving up. Doesn't mean I have to be right. but I am pretty confident. Okay, here we go a little bit. Eli Lilly a bit slow, but I don't hate it. I like it quite a bit. Disney's coming back a little bit. So why did I like Disney? Why did I try with it earlier, but it failed and stopped me out? Um, I like this consolidation here, right? You have this consolidation, pop, consolidation, and ideally pop. And I thought 118 it would push through, but it failed. So I was okay cutting it. Very small loss, part of the game. 8 o'clock right now. Can stay on stream a little bit longer. So let's see where premium's not perfect anymore, but I still like the price action. This digestion, it really is okay. I got a little trapped here because I thought we were going to push through, but we didn't. I'm okay cutting the trade if it fails. You were allowed to have trades fail. I just don't think that's the case. Wow, look at Bitcoin. Okay, so Bitcoin is now reclaiming this really important level. Let's see where coin's at. That might be an interesting trade. Right, so we're getting some increase in volume, still pretty light. Sorry, look at Bitcoin. We're now right, we had trouble breaking through the 8 EMA, kept failing, pushed through yesterday, now testing the 21 and a key 112 level. So if we can continue pushing through here, Bitcoin can get legs. If we look at it on the weekly, like weekly, it just held the 21 EMA. It's not Bitcoin. I don't hate it, and that's why I added the worst stock in the world. I tried again yesterday with MicroStrategy. Such a bit. Okay, let's see. All right, so VIX is kind of staying steady here, and then tick is starting to come down a little bit. If we look at premiums, premiums are also starting to diverge, but you see Tide. This is probably all driven by Tesla. Let's see. Google and Tesla, yeah, insane, insane. Okay, so we're starting to get the move a little bit. I'm really tempted to add more Tesla shares because I didn't have the mental foresight to add it earlier. I'm going to wait, but I kind of tempted to add them. Okay, so let's see if we can continue this move up. I no longer feel as trapped. I feel good that we're now punching up above 451.65. If we look at premiums, okay, this is going to move, right? Premiums look very good, very healthy. This should resolve up in a meaningful way. I want 62. Maybe we get 68 as well. Or, maybe it's just closing this gap. But it doesn't look like it. At least want to get 60 on this new position. And I realized I was sharing the wrong screen. Look at Galaxy, man. I hate this stock because I tried so much and I kept failing. I wish, in hindsight, I wasn't such a wuss and picked it up at 27. But honestly, even adding at 26 is not too late, so to speak, if the real move is. All right, so SPX keeps slowing down here. It keeps getting stuck. It's now failing 51 again. And premiums are looking a little worse. It's just a little choppy range, not the best entry, right? But being a little opportunistic, reading the tape, reading VIX. Just there's nothing bearish here, just digesting the move, right? So let's see if we can get some direction soon. VIX is coming down a little bit. I really want to see premiums look better. Right now, it's very mixed with calls and puts. So not a super clear direction yet on this trade. Okay, see that? Okay, tick down. This is going to fail, I'm pretty sure. It's okay. We have one good trade. We don't need to make this one a bad trade. So let's make sure we're diligent about getting stopped when we need to. I think below 48 is where I'm going to stop out. Until we get down there, this is just noise, right? Okay, I got rid of some of those yesterday ads of Tesla. Jordan, I tagged you since you were deliberate in adding a red cross out on the trade. So I hope you enjoy it. So right now I'm just going to watch. Just my new member Aspace is in a different direction. That's fine. This is a very, I don't want to say treacherous spot, but VIX is holding up support here. Tick is definitely weaker. So in terms of like conviction of the trade, right? I've already talked about it. It's a little dicey right here. And the more this keeps failing 51, the less I like the trade. But again, I'm okay sitting in it for a little bit longer. Tick is pretty weak here, guys. So definitely key risk. Premiums, puts are climbing up a bit. Maybe this comes back down to test 44 here. A pretty weak tick. This is going to fail, I think. I'm going to set a stop at 260. What did I buy these at? 390. Yeah. I don't know, man. Tesla is very strong. Google's very strong. Tick is really bad right now. Premiums are getting bad. Okay, here's the level I said I wanted to get stopped at. So let's see where it's at. If I look at premiums, yeah, this is failing. I'm done. I'm out. I'll tell you when I hit submit. Let's see if it tries to reclaim 48. Okay. Gonna give it a second to try and reclaim 48. Okay, I haven't sold yet. This is a normal little bounce here, so I wouldn't say, oh, okay, my trade's good, but it's a pretty good bounce so far. Let's see if it can continue. Want VIX to come down a little bit. Right now, tick is improving, but could just be a short cover. Key level here at the 5-minute 8 EMA. Nothing to be excited about in calls. Wow, that was aggressive. I just got triggered on MC. Okay, McDonald's is going to do really well, I think, here. Okay, I'm out of these calls. Wait, not yet. Give it a second. Yep, not yet. Not yet. MC, okay. Okay, tick is improving there. I'm not out yet. Okay, McDonald's looks really good. Okay, I think this is going to fail. I just need to get out. Let's see. Let me look at it on the 10. Okay. I'm out. Out at 210. Okay, we had one killer trade or two, and then we got one loser. Kind of, I wouldn't say forced it, but definitely took it at a tough spot. It's okay. Pretty happy with how our trades went so far. I'm gonna kill the stream, but McDonald's, buy McDonald's. That's the last thing I'll say. Anyway, thanks for joining, guys. I hope you got the first two trades and not just the third, but overall a good one. We'll see you later.